Hi everyone, I'm Holly. I am the maker and doer of all the things here at Missouri River Soap, and welcome to my workshop. Today I'm working on a pack and chat, and this is where my customers ask for their orders that they order during a specific release to be packed on video. And so I'm doing that today, but I do have a little bit of soap. I need to get some samplers wrapped up, and so I got them all cleaned up last night, and you know, I never have enough time to do all the things. So today I'm wrapping up some of the samplers for the orders today. So my hands are very clean. I have nice clean hands. It's very hard to wrap soap and use tape and everything with gloves on. So my hands are extremely clean. And I thought it would just be fun to show you the soaps as I wrap them. So the first one I'm going to do is the Poppies and Peaches soap. And this one smells oh so amazing. There's a making of it on the channel. And I just take little pieces of deli wrap and I just wrap it up. I did cut them down a little bit because these are the sampler. And I have tape that I don't love right now, but I'm using it up. And it takes a little bit of time. The samplers are certainly a lot more work because I'm cutting much smaller bars, but y'all love the samplers, and so I just want to continue offering those for you because they are just darned fun. They're just so much fun. We were spitting a little snow out there. Looks like it is mostly toned down now. Last night we had a little blizzard for a few minutes. It was kind of goofy. So I think you can see all right. Double check here for a minute. And so I just like wrapping my soaps up in this white paper. I know some people would like boxes, and I have researched boxes. They're quite a bit more expensive for like my regular bars, and so many people love the white paper, or the paper as it is, because I do wrap some in a brown craft paper. But I've gotten some quotes for boxes here and there, and just with everything as it is right now, I have just stayed with the white paper. I guess I need to do one more. This Poppies and Peaches scent just smells oh so amazing. It's just, it's not, you know, it's not one poppies, it's not peaches. It's like, it's not like strong on either of those scents, but they are in there as part of the blend, and it's just quite beautiful. It's just a fruity, it is a fruity floral, but in my opinion, it's not super strong on the floral. I have to print all my labels still. So here we have just my label sheet, and I just buy my labels from Online Labels, and I design in Adobe Illustrator. And so this scent is described as juicy peach and apricot with zesty citrus and sparkling prosecco, softened by delicate florals and a warm finish of sugared musk and smooth woods. It's delightful. I am so in love with it at the moment. I love everything in the moment that I'm working with it though. Okay, so here we have these soap bars are ready to be packaged. Okay, so now we're going to do Prism Pop. And this one is just so pretty. I'm loving it, as I do all of them, as I just said. This is just a super fun bar of soap. It's a mix of black raspberry vanilla and like a bubble gum. And it's just playful and fun. And it is just, I was gonna do like an iridescent vibe, but I would have liked to have more rainbow colors. But I also didn't want to call it iridescent soap because that would have been weird. People would have expected the soap to have a certain look to it. And so I decided to go with Prism Pop. And it kind of reminds me of like a soap bubble when it's just sitting there and it has little light shines on it. And it has the blues and the yellows and the purples. It's just so pretty. So Prism Pop it is. It brings in the pop from the, you know, the bubble gum thing. Pop. Here we have the Prism Pop. Isn't that so cute? I love that little bubble graphic. So now let's do matcha lemonade. This one turned out great. Oh, it's such a great fragrance. Lemon, a little bit of earthiness from the matcha side of things. It's good. And the matcha lemonade. And now this one is Big Sky. And Montana is known as Big Sky Country. And so we have a lot of beautiful blue skies, but a lot of clouds, of course. And it smells so good. It is just a fresh linen type fragrance, fresh air, ozone, but it has a warmth to it. It is described as an airy blend of ozone, white tea and lemon with soft florals, linen, and warm sandalwood. It is so good. Now I'm going to have to go cut more of my papers. I thought I had cut plenty. I certainly did not. They do take a lot. Here we have Big Sky, and I just love that picture on the label. Ready to do some mountain trailing, that's for sure. But we drove up the other day. It was Sunday, I think, maybe. And we thought, we'll just see how far we can go. We have a nice trail not too far away from us here, kind of behind our property, and not ready. There was a lot of snow up there. All right, so now for Moonberry Blush. And this is the one that I trimmed down. So it's a little bit of a smaller bar, but it still is a nice size. And it is my Moonberry Blush blend, which is kind of a dark berry and just a creamy, smooth, vanilla-like. It reminds me of kind of a more grown-up version of, say, Pink Sugar. Like, it gives off Pink Sugar vibes, but it's a little bit more of a dark berry, if that makes sense. I know people love it as much as I do. I came on with it pretty strong for this release. So here we have the Moonberry Blush. And then the last one here we're going to do is a Jitterbug. And I love it so much. It's so good. It has coffee in it. It's made with espresso. And it's made with coconut milk because it's my vegan main line variety. But oh, it smells so good. It smells like fresh pulled espresso and frothy milk and creamy vanilla. It is so good. It's so funny. I've had so many requests for this particular one. I know people love it. I made a 37 bar batch plus 20 of the samplers, and I sold 4 bars of the soap. I mean, I sold some of the samplers, obviously, so that covers that, but 4 bars. It's been a week since my release, and I think I got an order a few days ago, but this one is slow. And the reason why it takes me so much longer to pack my orders than back in the olden days is because it's only me now, and I don't make enough to hire anybody to help me, but I also don't have anybody cleaning up soaps and wrapping soaps and doing all of that for me while I'm doing all the digital work, because it takes a lot to get a release ready to go. A lot of labels, a lot of label design, a lot of listings. But anyway, my husband even used to help me all the time. He's building a house. He hasn't been able to help me, so I am a little bit slower packing orders. They also would come up and prep all my boxes when we lived in Missouri. So all my boxes were laid out. All my products were completely packaged, and I could just whip them out. So nowadays I have less orders, but it takes me longer to pack just because it's just me. But you know what? I love the process, and so I'm so thankful that you're patient and allow me that time to work on it in a non-hurried and stressful manner. I mean, I'm usually still stressed, but I am a stress basket. I have a lot of stress. I just need to back off of the stress. But slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I am one of those people that I'll start rushing and then I'll screw up and it'll take me longer. And so I'm like, you know what? When you slow down, it goes a lot faster. So I'm using this month's paper to wrap the samplers. And it is another floral. Isn't it beautiful? Let me think how I'm supposed to do this. I think it's this way. It's been a few days since I've packaged these. Anyway, this paper is just gorgeous. I'm really digging the wildflower type papers right now. So this is different than last month's. So I was kind of putting them in order originally, but then the Moonberry Blushes goes best on one end. And so we're just going to fold this up. It is 12:15. I was editing a video this morning, so I came out just a smidgen later than usual. I just saw that the Artemis astronauts are going to be having a press conference today at 12:30 my time, and I am just going to miss that. I might turn it on and just have it on the television so I can see. I'm very invested in this mission, and I would like to listen to them. I'll just catch it later. But here we have one of the samplers. Isn't it just so cute? I love wrapping them in these papers. I was trying all the different things, and I like this the best. You'll have to tell me, what do you think? All right, I'm going to package up the rest of these, and then we'll get going. All right, so let's get started. This first one is going to Melissa in Delaware. Thank you so much for your order, Melissa. And I am going to use a 753. And I think I need to adjust my camera, so hold on. All right, I think that's better. I'm going to add in my bubble paper. What is happening? There we go. I have cut these just right. It looks like the live feed has gone live. I went from like the night before the launch of Artemis 2 to I asked my son, I was like, is this significant, because I knew nothing, to being completely and totally invested in this whole thing. The day they went around the moon, I listened and watched the live feed the whole day and made soap, and it was just so much fun. I loved it. So in with the paper, and we're going to put in one of our samplers, and then a Violet Skies. This one I think is sold out now, but just smelling it as I was wrapping the final bars, I was like, oh, I have got to make this again. It is so good. I'm gonna add a little bit of shred. Now I bought some fun shred to mix in with the craft, and it turned out not to match this paper at all. It was just like so Eastery, and I was like, I don't think so. We'll just save it for next year. Up into the storage it'll go, and next year I will already have some shred ready for me. I'm going to add in a confetti blossom sample. Now you might have these already or have that one already, but I don't have a lot of extra things to send right now. We're going to put in the packing slip and my business card. I managed to get some restocked finally with all my info. And then this one's going to be off to Delaware. You know, I don't send very much to Delaware. And so, that's so fun. So here we have our first and completely beautiful package going to Delaware. Alright, so this next order is going to Tanaya, and I got so excited about getting information on how to say your name that I do not know where we're going. New York, Brooklyn. That's where my father-in-law grew up, was in Brooklyn. And so Tanaya gave me directions on how to say your name. I am so thankful for that because I'm pretty sure I have been butchering your name before. So she said it's like Shania with a T. So that helped a lot. Thank you. So in 864, we're going to put our beautimous paper in. And I was thinking of 753, but I need a little extra height. So we're going to put in full-size bars of Prism Pop and Big Sky. We have Matcha Lemonade and Jitterbug. And I'm going to lift this a little bit. We'll put the Jitterbug there, and then we'll put, actually, just on the off chance that it leaks, I think I'm going to put the Jitterbug wax melt on the bottom. Should be alright going to New York, but you know what? It is so hot. We're getting snow, and it's like 30s today, and it's like 90s on the East Coast, so wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't love that. I do not like 90s in any form, under any terms. But we'll get some. We have been having some lovely days. It's just a cooler week this week, and then we'll be back up to almost 70, I think, on like Monday and Tuesday. So we're back to porch sitting and knitting outside, and I will be very pleased to do that again. Alright, I'm going to tuck in a Poppies and Peaches soap sample. We're going to add in just a smidgen more right there. And then we're going to tuck in the packing slip and my business card. I just cannot get over how beautiful this paper is. Every single order, I was so pleased. I was just so pleased to set my eyeballs upon it every single time. Alright, so this one is off to New York. Alright, so this one is going to Lucy in Missouri. Thank you so much for your order, Lucy. And I had to look up where you live so I could see where you are in Missouri. Very cool. I've been in that general area at some point. And I'm going to go with a 965. All right, so for this one, we have a soap sampler. And I will just end up putting the paper on the top on this one because it's a little deep. These papers are a little bit short. I'm going to start by putting some shred in the bottom of this one. And then let's see where I want everybody to go, although I could stand this up. I'm just looking to have enough room for the bath bombs. And these bath bombs I made on the weekend that they were up in space. So I started with Moonberry Blush, and I just thought, wow, how fun. And I love the picture that I got with that one. And then the more earth looking one, Matcha Lemonade. And it was just, both scents are just perfect for the designs. And so I am going to wrap in some paper. As I always say, they're very hard, but I do like to just give them the extra protection just in case. Yeah, so those are in good shape. This background of these of this live feed today, it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I might have to get a screenshot and show you, but it's just like they've got this whole like purple, blue, pink gradient going on, and then they have this like blown up the moon and the flags, and it's just really pretty. It's just really pretty. Meanwhile, during all of this, I was also listening to Project Hail Mary on Audible. Now, I have Audible. I don't really listen to Audible because I really struggle with stuff like that because I wander. If I'm busy or whatever, I wander and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't been listening. But, oh, like glue I was to Project Hail Mary. That was so good. I just now watched the trailer for the movie. I wouldn't let myself watch it until I was done listening to the book. So then we're going to put in Mountain Lilac wax melts. And just kind of like on a whim, I decided to restock those because they still have the Mountain Lilac soap, and they were quite popular. I did not get a sample figured out. Huh. Alright, so for the sample, I'm going to tuck in this cutesy little bunny paw print bath bomb. It's scented in key lime and coconut, and it's so good. So good. And that fits in just perfect right there. And we're going to put in packing slip and business card. So this one I do fold a little bit different. So I'll fold it, let's say, almost in half this way. And almost in half this way. Doesn't do a very good job, I see. But I'm going to tuck those edges in. Guess it could have gone a little bit smaller still. And then this one is off to Missouri. Okay, so this order is going to Erica in California. Thank you so much for your order. And Erica said that she loved the space-themed bath bombs, so that's fun. I'm glad you liked them too, because I was so excited about them. I'm going to do an 11/8/6 just because I have this, I have one of the egg bath bomb sets, and I just don't think that a 10 is going to work with the 3 additional bath bombs. So we're just going to do an 11. Where's the rest of it? Right here. And we'll add some cushion down in there. And this is just the cutest bath bomb set. I usually do a rainbow one. This time I decided just to kind of do more of a, just kind of pretty, like more natural color, just more pastel. And I just think they turned out so good. Aren't they just as cute as they could be? I love it so much. And so I made a purpose of not making it super Eastery so that I could continue to sell them. A lot of people just love eggs and love their backyard chickens and such. And so I did cherry almond. So there's 2 for each. There's 2 for each. So these are cherry almond. These are moonlit serenity. And then these are oatmeal, milk, and honey. Aren't they so just adorable? Here's the size. And I did them 2 so that you could put 2 in your bath at once. So as makers, we tend to have some difficulties. So these eggs, even though they look really small, they don't fit in just regular egg cartons for chicken eggs. So these are duck egg cartons, but you may be able to tell that this is higher than down here on the eggs. So I need to add a little bit of filler so they don't go bouncing around on their journey. So I've just been adding just a little bit of this paper. That did not work it's been a while. I made them and I sold several, and then I haven't sold any for several, this is the only one I've sold in like a couple of weeks. So I forgot what I did. Either way, just something to make up that extra space. They're not bouncing around too much. So we'll put that in like so. Yeah, this should be good. Or I could go this way. Yeah, let's do that. So there we go. That's looking good. So let's add just a little bit more shred down in there. And when I was packaging a bunch of these, I did use some just like biodegradable packing peanuts to help fill up the spaces. Alright, so we're going to put in 3 bath bombs. We have 2 of the Matcha Lemonade Earth bath bombs. And then we have 1 of the Moonberry Blush bath bombs. I could have made it a little bit more gray. I colored the base. I didn't know a lot about the moon until this whole process started. So, yeah, I could have made it a little bit more gray overall, but I had made it kind of a cream color for its base. Let's see there how we have the bath bombs. And then I just like to tuck the shred down around each one. They're very hard, but I don't want them to sit and, you know, bounce and powder. They're gonna powder if they get smacked around a lot. So I just try to make sure, look how snug they are. They're very snug. That's what I love about the crinkle. It really gets in there and gets around everybody, and it kind of like locks in almost because of the crinkles. Let's put these in a little baggie. So we have 2 of the lip balms. So we have orange, vanilla, and black cherry, 2 of my favorites. This release also had watermelon and strawberry sorbet. We'll put those in there so that they don't get lost. But look, isn't that cute in the little glassine bag? I think I'm going to, I was thinking about getting some from Amazon, maybe some like a red lipstick or something. Wouldn't that be cute? So the lip balm there. Let's put in the little bath bomb, my sample. I was going to sell them at the time, but what had happened was I had gone and checked all like the IFRA, the SDS. I'd looked at all of that before I made my bath bombs to check to see, yes, it is skin safe. Yes, I can added at a certain level, and then I forgot to print it. Well, then it disappeared off of the website, and it took so long to try to get it from Hive and Honey. And so I just could not put those with that release at the time. And so, but they're going now, and they smell amazing, and they're still really cute because we like bunnies all times of the year. So in with the packing slip and my business card, and this design is sideways when I fold it like this, but I think it's fine. You still get the idea. It's just my favorite colors. Just my favorite colors. Alright, so we'll fold the bubble paper in, and then I have to put another little one on the top like so. I think it needs something more because I just don't want things bouncing. I got nervous that I was going to run out of my bubble paper. I had ordered the wrong one. It came in, but I ordered the wrong one, so managed to get another one ordered, and it actually came in, which I was shocked that it didn't take too long. So I picked that up yesterday. I don't think I'm gonna need it. That's better. Alright, I think I'm actually gonna split this video up into 2 parts, so it's 2 smaller. It's just a lot easier to handle on edit and upload and your time and all the things. I've been getting great feedback that you're enjoying the parts. Just kind of a couple of smaller sections that you can watch at a time. So check out the video description below the video because I do have links to my website, moriversoap.com, my social media. There's just lots of fun information there, and I'll catch you on part 2.